Hi, it's July 10, 2025, and this is Mary Lou. Actually, Lou. I don't know. I don't know what all my names are and what I would like to be called by. I never was called Mary. I mean, there was one guy. There was one guy that refused, I guess, to call me Lou. He called me Mary. But Mary, it is a wonderful name. But my mother was named Mary. So I never really went by that. I mean, I did go by Mary Lou, but I didn't necessarily like that. Even though that was a combination of my mother and my father, Mary and Lewis, and I was their firstborn. So cool beans, right? Just was always called Lou, but it's not a very feminine name, is it? Feminine. I'm of the feminine persuasion. Is that the right words? Yes, it is. So, how are you today? And if this is going to a room full of people, how are all of you doing today? I would love to be able to talk to the world. Wouldn't that be cool? Have everybody just turn on their TV and put Mary Lou right there on the screen. Look and see if it's okay if you're under 18. I do tend to get riled up, as my Papa Bear would say. So I have to calm down, settle down. We all have to settle down, see if we can't get along. After it's too late, after all the bombs, all the explosions, all the lives given, because someone wants to control the world, right? Didn't it all start out with all these drugs? And really, basically, didn't it start out with trying to say, hey, I want all that for myself, and you can't have it? All these other countries trying to control their resources. I do think there's a problem with that. And I think that we should have learned a lesson by now. Too many lives. Too many lives are given. Too much war and hate. And it's not just for a short little period of time. The effects last probably forever. Because look at the poor people, our children, who go over and get maimed. In the name of what? No, I'm the only one who feels like that, right? It's an honor to give my life or be maimed for my country. I don't think so. I think that asks too much. I think someone's drummed that into our heads. I don't get it. Why do you think that we should have to do that? And why do these other countries think that they need to worry about it too? Partly because we went over there and stirred a pot. You can't do that. Yeah, I heard that some of our guys were over their garden poppy fields, wherever those are, because I don't know where that is. But it's all about the pharmaceuticals and the drugs and who's in control of them. That's what war is all about, right? Control. don't know, but we gotta quit being bullies. I just feel like sometimes we're just bullies. Alright, I'll shut up. There's a dog barking down there. And I need to turn on the air conditioner again because I'm all sweaty. Perspiration. Isn't that the right word for a woman? I do want to wear pretty clothes. I do want to look sharp. Even at my age, people. And I've gone for a long time without worrying about that. Just haven't worried about it. So it's a little late in the game, somewhat. I'm going, okay, what can I do? What can I do about this face? And I'm not sure. I'm going to have to start over. Because I got myself some castor oil. And then I mixed it with vitamin E oil. And so now I don't know what's mixed or if I have anything that isn't mixed. So I'm going to just have to start over. I want to get some that's, I don't know if I want to get it mixed, but I want to get some of the pure to put on my bags. And I think that might help. I'm not sure. But it does seep down in, and maybe what they're saying is we need to stir up the collagen, to make the collagen grow or something. As you get older, you need to, they're talking 40 years. Well, I'm 70. Actually 71. But I need to get rid of these. And then I need to get rid of all these. I need to probably do something here because I keep raising my eyebrows up, which is causing wrinkles around here. I raise these up so I can see. It's not funny, is it? Anyway, I thought I'd get on here and do a little video since I have not. Last I heard myself, I was talking about that baptism of my granddaughters and the fact that the pastor or preacher, whichever he was teaching out of the book of Acts. I don't know what's going on down there, so I need to turn the air back on. But anyway, Acts 10 is where they were talking about Cornelius and Peter. And the fact that Peter's a Jew and Cornelius is a Roman. And I'm not sure, but I think back then the Jews kind of stayed to themselves. It's like all the different groups stayed to themselves. And Romans, I don't know, I think of Roman soldiers, and then you think of this guy, Cornelius, is over a bunch of Roman soldiers. He is I don't know what he is, a sergeant, or he's in control of a bunch of people. And if he tells them to go do something, they go do it. And if he says, go bring me this, they do it. He has control. So, it's like in the military. So really, I guess, is what it is. So Peter learned from the master. Doesn't mean he understood it. Doesn't mean he really understood the whole deal. So that's what that lesson is all about, chapter 10 in Acts. Because he's got to learn that these other people are just as good. Just because the Jews were the chosen, I can't even say that. They thought they were chosen with special preference from the Lord, okay? Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, there was a blessing given to Abraham and his seed. And really, when it turns out to be, you guys won't understand this. Abraham's seed has all his posterity throughout all time, okay? The world will be blessed through Abraham's seed. Now, when you take that apart and you realize that Abraham's seed is going to teach, they're the ones who are going to teach. I guess you might call them the Gentiles. So anyway, Peter said, no way. I mean, he woke up from this dream, but the dream is symbolic. And what the dream is it's telling him to kill this crow and eat it. And Peter's saying, no way. I'm not going to eat anything that's not clean because I never have before, and it's foreign to me. So, and I can't remember all of it, okay? But God tells him or lets him know, man, what I have said is clean is clean. What I have cleaned is clean. It's not up to you. You will go and teach this other person is what it boiled down to. Not what the dream said. The dream was rise, kill, and eat. But that was to kill the crow and eat it. And Peter's going, no way. I've never ate anything unclean. So anyway, that was the lesson. Is that, hey, everybody, no matter your race, your culture, your color of your skin, whatever, every one of us is a child of God. And we all have to be taught. So those of us who have, teach. And you don't have to have it all. I know my voice is weird, but you don't have to have it all to teach. Teach what you know. Or what you believe. Because sometimes it's what you believe. Okay. Cheers. It's Pepsi. Much better when it's poured fresh, though, instead of watered down and weak. I like the bite. There's a bite to it. So, I was telling you about Cornelius. Cornelius was a good man. A Roman. But a very good man. And very generous with his alms, which was giving to the poor. I believe he prayed to God. So I'm not really quite sure how that all is, because the pastor was saying he didn't have Jesus. But basically, I guess the baptism, the faith, and the belief. I'll have to read it, and then we'll figure it out together. I hope you guys can hear me. I think that, I don't know, the last video I did didn't sound like you could hear it very good. So I don't really, I was talking to somebody, I was talking to my ex, okay? And he said that my phone is going to die. See, we both got our phones at the same time. They were SC10. I think it was a 10. But anyway, he said we've had them 5 years, and that pretty soon it's just going to be no good. And then I'll lose all my everything if I wait too long. So another phone is in the process, and so I have to learn all this stuff all over again. But hopefully it'll all work out. He sent me a phone, but you had to have a SIM card from that phone company. So it was like a pay-as-you-go phone. Now, he's using the very same phone to do his YouTube. So maybe that'll work out really good. I don't know. All I know is my little brain, it just doesn't want to keep having to deal with this stuff. I know what Mother was saying now, she said and she didn't want to learn no more. I don't blame her. Like, every time you turn around, you got to do this or do that. I haven't had to do it in a long time, but Apple ID, trying to figure that out. So I have to go watch some videos on YouTube how to get my ID, because a lot of things I've already turned to my thumb. Anyway, what he did was he took this iPhone 13 and basically made a clone of his other phone, so he can still use it. He says it's got a really good camera, and I don't know what I'm trying to say. But anyway, it's from a different network than what I have. So he's going to send one that's from the same network, and it should work. But I just don't know what my Apple ID is. I know what my ID is, the Apple ID. I just don't know what the password is. So I'll have to figure that out. And then, so I had done it too many times trying to, I can answer the phone. Bye, y'all.